Rune magic. What does that mean to you guys? There are so many ways you can do rune magic, and magic of the runes is very powerful. Done right or correctly will give you an effect or an outcome that you really want. But of course, there are things to be wary of. And so in this video, I'm going to be talking about how I use them for magical purpose and how you too can do so. So if you're really interested, carry on watching. Welcome to any new subscribers. I really do welcome you. And to those that are always here supporting the channel, thank you so much. Just wanted to say that first off. And of course, if you've been watching my videos and haven't subscribed, please think about it, guys, because it will help the channel to get out to other people. But thank you anyway. So let's get into it. I wanted to talk this week because we had such a long one last week. I wanted to carry it on into the magic of the runes, and there are so many things that you can do. And personally, I know in the Havamal and other books it talks about different aspects of magical practices with the runes, but it doesn't go in depth, and so you're still left wondering, just how do we do these things? I wanted to do mine with feeling and personality, and you too can do the same. And it's not about what you read and learn, it's about what you feel and put into practice. And at the end of the day, that's what magic is. It's about who we are within our inner power. The runes are magical doorways, and a lot of people just think they're a stone with a symbol on, and of course it's just like a talisman. No, definitely not. There is a power behind each one of those runes, and if used in the wrong way can bring about a lot of trouble. So you need to know, first of all, learning them, knowing each one and what the feel of that energy is, and two, can you write them? Could you write something like a word or a name once you know the shapes of all the runes and their energies, which I just did a video on, so you can look at that one, guys. Once you know how to do that, you can then take a rune like Fehu, and you can speak out while carving the rune or writing the rune into something. So Fehu would be for financial gain or for nourishment or for things like that, anything that you're going to accomplish and gain. So by speaking out Fehu 3 times while carving it, drawing it 3 times. So do it 3 times, speak 3 times. Again, it comes down to that guttural as you speak. Fehu, Fehu, Fehu. Now, the intent should be in your mind while you're doing this. If the intent is taken, it opens a doorway into that rune. To me, it's very much like Kabbalah. It's very much like opening up the different spheres. And of course, we have Yggdrasil and the 9 worlds. And that is very similar to Kabbalah and the Tree of Life. So you can see there's like links to all these things. But of course, that's done slightly differently. Each planet is linked to a tarot card. So you've got a similar thing, a divination point. But with the runes, we have Yggdrasil. We have 9, again, a very, very special number. But as I was saying, each one of those runes opens a doorway. So you're not just playing with energies. You're actually opening up a portal. Now, if you've watched any of my videos on the runes itself, each one, I always call out 3 times. 3 is the number. It is the number of the all. Dost thou know how to write? Dost thou know how to read? Dost thou know how to paint? Dost thou know how to prove? Dost thou know how to ask? Dost thou know how to offer? Dost thou know how to send? And dost thou know how to spend? You know, and that is the point here, guys. You need to know what each one means and how that energy is going to react on what you're asking for, which isn't a bad thing to know, is it? So again, so that's the first one, a very simple one. There are other ways that you can use it for protection, for help and healings and anything you want. So once you know what each rune means, for example, if you're going travelling, Raido, put Raido on, and that's an easy one to remember, guys, because it looks like an R, also looks like a person walking, if you've got a very good imagination like me. So that's another way you can use them. There's lots of ways you can draw them in the air. And that's very much like Reiki, the Reiki symbols. So if you've done Reiki before, you know what I'm talking about. You're just doing the symbol in the air. Say, for example, you feel insecure and you're out and about and you feel a little bit that there's something not right energy-wise. So you want protection. Algaes. Straight away. Algaes. Algaes. But you've got to think algaes, the elk, the protection. And if you're thinking that at the same time as drawing them, you will get your outcome. They are very powerful, but also you have to remember that you have opened up a power and it is with you. It's not like when you draw a pentacle and then undo it. You could undo the rune, but you're still left with residue. You're still left with that energy, and it will be around you. So you need to learn how to block it afterwards, put it to bed. So you have to be respectful. These are not just energies. These are ancient energies. They're to do with spirit, to do with forces of unseen nature. So, like portals, as I was saying, you need to be able to say, thank you for your help, but you can go now. And it's just a matter of being respectful. They will dissipate, they will go. But of course, you might want them to go a little bit quicker. So just remember, you're talking to an energy, and you have asked that energy to help you. It's a little bit like having a friend turn up, sitting and eating dinner, but not realising that you would like her to go, and you don't want to say go. You don't want to be disrespectful and be horrible. And she's thinking, I better stay because I don't want to be ungrateful for being here for the meal. And so it's a lack of communication. So you have to be on top of it. Once you've asked the room, you've got to ask it to go as well, in a nice way. But once you get a working way with your runes, they will know you, they will know your energies, they'll know your intent. So in your intent, you might say, I need protection for a certain amount of time. Please help me, please aid me. And while you're speaking out algaes and drawing It knows right from the start that you don't want it to be there forever, just for the time you've asked. And runes are very clever at knowing the person that's working with them. So you won't probably have any issues with that. But when you're learning and just starting, it will be nice to be respectful and just say, thank you for your help. I don't need you now. Thank you. Goodbye. And that should be fine. Again, now you can get your drum and you can chant what runes it is you want. You have an issue. You need to show that you have a need that needs to be answered. So you go, Northeast, 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 3 times, and then you go to Fairhu, 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 and that's 3 times. And that is just another way you can do it, because you're sending with energy of the drum as well, and that is very powerful. It's a vibration, and the vibration of music helps to swiftly take things on. So whatever energy you're opening, that will sort of illuminate it more. It will acoustically illuminate it more, and so the rune will vibrate more. You can draw them around yourself. You can paint them upon yourself like a tattoo. Anything that's going to aid you. Say, for example, there's an issue with the family and you want that wonderful family feeling. We want Othila. Othila. And so you can draw Othila on your body. Maybe you're going to see family and it's not so good. So you want to bring in that loving energy of Othila. And so you draw it on you. Or you draw it in the air before you walk in. Or you put it on a piece of paper and you put it in your shoe. Or you might just want to, as you go in, as you go to give an embrace to somebody, think that rune as you touch them. See yourself drawing that rune. So it combats the energies that you were expecting and turns it round to what you want. The runes are very clever at doing this. And these are just some of the ideas that you can do. And also you can speak the energy behind it by drawing. Now, a lot of you probably will say, I'm no good at drawing. It doesn't matter. I'm not asking you to do a masterpiece, guys. But if you've got some acrylic paints and some sketching paper, while you are asking for help, you can paint it onto the picture and go by what you're feeling, the colours, the textures, whether you've got to keep going over it with more paint, changing it as you go. It doesn't matter. It's what the energy is doing as you are putting it on that piece of paper. So you get your brush and you just think, what colour? Now you don't have to go by the colour which is associated with that rune, because it's about your feeling. Okay, you're asking that energy to come and help with that feeling. So you need to tell that rune what the feeling is, and so by painting it as how you feel, it knows. So then you can paint it next to it or on top of it in the colour that it is. It's not difficult to do, but some of these pictures are then very powerful, and if stacked, can be used another time if you have the same or similar issues. So there's so many things. You can put energy into the water, into your bath water, into your drinking water, just by drawing the symbol above your glass of water in the morning. Or as you do your flowers, you can put runes actually into the earth. You can make some, or you can just do little drawings and stick them there, or you can actually use a rune for a certain amount of time. And again, in the writings of the past, we've had runes drawn upon the drinking vessels to make sure that there was no poison within. And of course, sometimes there was. But you know, not everybody was perfect at using the runes back then, or even now. By saving the incense bits that drop off, the ash, and putting a drop of oil or water, depending where you want to put it, because obviously oil will make it just come off. It depends what you want to do with it. But with me, I will put a little bit of water with it, just to make it a little bit so you can paint with it. You can put that upon your doorways, your windows, out of sight, but there, for protection. So you can put, again, algaes or algaes on your window frames, just the one in the corner or on the bottom. It's a protection. So you imagine when you're drawing those algaes on the door frames and that, there's huge elks standing there with their antlers, you know, ready to charge at anything that's going to be bad that's coming your way. So that's a really good one. You can also use, when doing poppet dolls, you can put runes into that as well. If you're doing healing for yourself and you've made a poppet doll of yourself, and you can put the runes into that, into the doll of yourself, which will aid the healing. So pick the rune that you want and then push it into, because I always make my dolls out of clay. I never fire it when I'm making a doll, because I know that will get reused. So you can stick a rune inside the doll when you're making it, and that will aid in the healing that you're giving. When cooking, you can put an essence of that rune into your cooking by singing it in your head while you're mixing. If you're doing a cake, you're saying that rune over and over and over. So for example, it's somebody's birthday and you want to give blessings, you want them to feel your love, and you can say them in your head. Or if no one's around, even better, you can say it out loud and you can really go for it. Gebo, 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 Gebo. Feeling that love and forgiveness if there's problems or anything. I always put the two together, the giving and receiving. So Gebo, 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 Gebo. And then when you put it into the oven, you can then say something like Wunyo, 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 and see and feel those energies. Say you're transforming something and you want to put that there, that you are transforming. You could put dagas, draw it on whatever, so a picture frame on behind of it of what you've achieved or what you are achieving, and it's transformed you. So you can ask for more transformation by putting it on the back, and it's an easy symbol to draw. So there's so many things you can do, and your imagination can make more. And you know, it's good fun. You can carve wood and add runes into that. Just beware of how strong these energies are, and be respectful and only seek what you need. One thing you can do, pull a rune each day, ask for revelation, and whatever rune you get, try to heed by it. That is the best magic ever. Well, there you go, guys. It's just a few examples of how you can use them, and I could have stood here and give you examples and actually done the stuff in front of you, but to be honest, it's a personal thing, and it's something that you can do. It is doable. Each energy is an item. It's not just an energy. To me, it's like a person. And so it has the backing of our elders. It has the backing of our ancestors. It has the backing of the deities and spirit folk. and energies of nature, all compact in one little stone. So I hope this has helped some of you. If you want to know any more, please leave a message below and let me know. I have got a whole series of rune videos and they're in my playlists to look at. So I'm going to leave it now, guys. So wherever you are, whatever time of day, night or evening it may be, I wish you the best ever. House of Alang.